Okay. All right. There he is. All right. Oh, oh, fuck me. How's it going? Uh, what was I gonna say? I don't know how far I should keep this to my face. Uh, shit. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So doing a bit of an early stream. Early for you guys. Late as fuck for me. It's fucking 2 a.m. around here. But yeah, doing it a bit early this time, mostly because I can't fucking sleep, and because I'm going to be busy as fuck tomorrow. So I'm probably not going to get a chance to stream tomorrow. Well, I'm definitely not. That's why I'm streaming now. But yeah, so yeah, it's too fucking hot to sleep, and I've got a lot of shit I want to do tomorrow. So we're kind of doing a bit of an impromptu, like a little little early stream. As you can see, I'm fucking a bit dishevelled. Haven't fucking shaved. Fucking I haven't fucking showered. You're lucky you're not around here to fucking smell me. Jesus Christ. So yeah, yeah, a bit off today, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I think I've done this before. I done a few early streams, but I just couldn't fall asleep because it's so fucking hot. I can't sleep. I can't stand hot weather. I can't sleep when it's hot. Like I've got an aircon in my room. Like I had one installed, but I don't know. Just even then, I still don't manage it. Yeah, but yeah. So since I'm not fucking sleeping, I might as well do something. Might as well do something. So I thought I might do a little stream. Originally, for today or tomorrow's. Well, for me it would normally be tomorrow. For you, I guess it's the same, depending where you are. But normally for tomorrow's stream, I was planning to draw something. But for one, my tablet's fucked up again, so that ain't happening. And two, I don't know how late I'm going to be staying up. So yeah, it's basically till I get fucking tired, till I get fucking sleepy, and then I'm going to go to bed. But so yeah, I'm probably not going to have enough time because what I want to draw. I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult. Like, I always say drawing women is the hardest, and it's not a woman I want to draw. But compared to normal monsters, it might be a little bit finicky because it's quite an important monster too. And usually for important monsters, I take a bit of time drawing it. A bit of I mess around with it. I change a lot of shit because if it's an important character, it has to fucking look good. It can't just be fucking dog shit I throw together like a lot of the monsters I do. Even though I think as far as the monsters I've drawn on stream, I think all of them have turned out pretty well, except for maybe that lighthouse cunt. There's nothing wrong with him. It's just I think compared to the others, he's not that great. Because we had that wyvern dragon thing. Not really a dragon, the flying lizard motherfucker, Xylant. And I think he turned out pretty cool. Then we had the resurrecting green horned motherfucker. And I think he was really cool. I liked his design. I liked his fight as well. So yeah, I was pretty happy with him. And then the croc monster as well. And I think that might be my favourite of the bunch. So I'm pretty happy with how all these monsters have turned out on stream. But even so, for this next one, it'd probably be a bit more of a bit more of a struggle, I suppose you could say. Or at least, well, it might not be more of a struggle, but I'll want more from it. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll probably do it next week. Next week is when I'm playing it. Get the tablet, fixed up, because I say the tablet is fucked up, but it's not actually. It's just that you have to keep reinstalling the driver for some reason, or else it fucks up on each account. I don't know why. Like every time I restart the computer, I have to reinstall the driver. It's fucking annoying. But like, but yeah, it still works fine. It does the job. So yeah, next week I'll probably do that. Probably gonna draw that monster. And this week I'm just gonna fuck around until I get tired. That's basically it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might play a game. I might just. I was thinking about like drawing a little something, like not like a big, like just a character I've already done, but like posed differently, like a fighting pose, but like with DMC, like in a fighting pose. I was gonna do that, but like I said, the tablet's fucked up, so that ain't happening. Maybe another time we can do that, because I think like I haven't really. I don't think I've drawn like a dynamic pose on stream before. I don't think. I've drawn like just people facing front, which it's fine. But I do want to show you guys how I do like the special poses and like fight scenes and stuff, because it's very easy. I do a lot of cheats for those, especially. I do like a fuck ton of cheats for that shit. Not real cheats, but you know what I mean. Shortcuts. Cutting corners and shit like that. I do a fuckload of that stuff. So I think it's not really good to do if you're an artist. So if you're an artist, don't watch those. But I think it's fairly interesting though. So get a little bit of an insight in how I do some shit. So I do want to do that, but that'll probably be a save for another time, because tablet ain't fucking working. So we'll keep that in the back pocket. Yeah. Instead, because I have to do something this stream, like I said, I think I'll play a game, or I'll put this in the title, the fucking Game Awards. This came out a while ago, but I missed last stream. Like voting on who's going to win Game of the Year, whatever. I haven't had a look at the contenders. I assume Expedition 33 is up there. I assume, but sometimes they do real fucked up shit. So I don't know. Maybe it got shafted. But actually, I don't even know how many games I've played this year. Have I played a lot of games? I feel like I haven't really been playing a lot of games recently. Yeah, I don't know. But whatever. If I don't know the game, then I'm just going to vote for the one I know. Who gives a fuck? Oh, yeah. I think they're still voting. I think the actual award is in like December or something. So I think they're still. Wait, is it December yet? No, almost. Almost. But yeah. Anyway. Hello, weird ones. Hey, Jellyfield Panda. How you been doing? Possible Marlin. What's up? What's up, man? Just a bit of an early stream. There he is. Yep. Dog with bazooka. How you going? Insomnia stream. Yeah, true, kind of true. I don't usually get insomnia. It's not like a thing that happens like too often. I used to when I was a kid. I used to have quite bad insomnia, but kind of grew out of it. But on a hot fucking day, there's just nothing for it. Just fucking me up. That's why I look so fucked. The heat fucking sucks. Yeah, true. None of us has showered either. True. Good day, Weird World. How you doing? I'm doing alright. A little bit tired, on account of the hour. But other than that, I'm doing alright. It's nothing Oh, I did want to talk a little bit about the game because I've got various plans for next update, and I don't know if I'm going to do them, but I might. But I think I can talk a little bit about it. And just a bit of a chat. I don't know how many people are going to show up though, because I'm not in my scheduled time, so I don't know if I should bother like waiting or just go on fucking ahead with it, because it's not when I usually stream. But yeah, we'll see. What's up, people? What's up, Prince Dave? Nuggerfish, hello, Weird. What up? What's up with you, man? Greetings, Weird World. Bajubble is a good name. Why the early stream? Why the early stream? I explained it at the start. It's basically because I'm too fucking tired to sleep. And also because I'm going to be busy as fuck tomorrow. So I'm probably not going to have time to do much of a stream tomorrow. So I figured I'd just do it now, while I'm already up, while I'm not fucking doing anything. Just do a bit of a stream, Hello, Governor. True. Yeah, hello to you too. You finished Dispatch? Yeah, I finished it last stream. I think the VOD should be on my channel somewhere. Yeah, what a great fucking game Dispatch was. What a great fucking game. What did I give it out of 10? Like a 9.5 out of 10? Yeah, I feel like that's right. It was a great fucking game Dispatch. God damn, like after having had more time to kind of like marinate in the end, I feel like it feels even better. Because I had to look through YouTube to see some of the other endings and stuff. It's just a good fucking game. I think it's done basically perfect. I can't really think of anything I would change with it. Like, there's other games I like more. Because, a game doesn't have to be perfect for me to, love a game. But, that being said, being perfect helps. So being perfect helps. So, like Expedition 33, I consider more of a game to me. Well, I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it. Like, Expedition 33 had more of an impact on me as a game. But that said, I think it's a lot more flawed of a game than Dispatch. I think there's a lot more. I don't know if mistakes are the right word, but things that I don't necessarily like about the game, and there isn't really anything like that for Dispatch. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that really bothers me. Even the combat. I think I talked about when I finished it how it's not really combat, but the gameplay it's a bit short. It's not too much to it. Not really something I'd want to replay, but even then, like I played through the game twice, basically. Played through it twice because I fucked up my account, and it's not like I was bored during the gameplay. So its replay value in terms of gameplay is still good for at least one play or two plays. But yeah, Dispatch is good game. Good game. You can say it. People will just pass the info on. Say what? What did I say? Have you played Marvel Rivals? Yeah, I didn't really get into it. I played like 5 games, and then I never picked it up again. Not that it was bad. It's just I didn't get the hang of it. A bit more complicated than Overwatch. I think there's a bit more to it, which probably makes it a better game. But it also makes it harder to get into. And I'm too lazy for competitive games these days. Like if I'm playing a game, I want to play it for like the story or the gameplay or something like that. Like the progression, not just like raw combat. I like RPGs a lot. Like occasionally, I'll dip my toes in like PvP type games, but I only ever do it if like a lot of my friends are playing the game. Like back in the day, we played Battlefield like fucking crazy. We're playing Battlefield all the fucking time, and that was a great time. It was a great time playing Battlefield. I'm a terrible shot. I'm terrible with the FPS, but still, it's still a good time. Still a great time. COD back in the day as well, but not as much recently. But yeah. Now that you've finished Dispatch, Blonde Blazer or Invisigal? Oh, that's a good question. Blonde Blazer or Invisigal? I have seen both routes. I feel like Mandy's date was better than Invisigal's date. I liked it better. But I liked the final romance scene of Invisigal more than the final romance scene of Blonde Blazer. Like the two of them like kissing on the car. That's cool and all. It was pretty good. But Invisigal like when she's in like the fucking hospital bed and like they kind of like share their feelings a little bit. I thought that was a bit as a more powerful romance scene. So yeah, I don't know. I think both romances were done pretty good. Blonde Blazer I think's hotter, but I think Invisigal has more charisma. Although I do like Blonde Blazer's kind of like business-like attitude. Like there's something about like the boss having a romance with the boss. You know, there's something about that that's appealing. And whichever actress plays her plays that really well. Great actresses for both of them. So I don't know. I don't know. I'd say maybe Invisigal. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, Invisigal. I feel like Blonde Blaze has potential though, because we still don't know her hero backstory. She said she had like a sad backstory or some bullshit like that. We still don't really know. I feel like Invisigal got a lot more like character progression, so we got like more in depth into her character. Well, we haven't really gone into much depth with Blonde Blaze as a character. So that opinion could change upon like season 2 dispatch. It's possible, but as it stands, I'd say cautiously Invisigal. A lot of people don't like incisional favoritism. What the fuck does incisional? What does that mean? Like I hear incisional and I feel like snipping. You're like incising something. You can just call me Marlon8 since it's easier. By the way, I'll just call you Marlon, mate. I'll just call you Marlon. Sup weird? Sup gizzers? That's that right? Gizzers? Whatever. Dispatch needed sex scenes. I think it had a sex scene, right? With Invisigal? Well, I suppose that was a dream, but it would be good to have more sex scenes. But I feel like it's a bit early in the romance for it. Like, obviously if it was my game, there'd be sex scenes up the fucking ass. But that's because I'm my fucking porn game developer. But like I feel like for a more grounded romance, I feel like having sex at this point. Oh well, Invisigal seems like she'd give it up pretty easy. To be honest, like I can see her like jumping him after the theaters. I can see that. So I mean, maybe it is kind of realistic, but giving a bit more time to like marinate in the romance before getting into sex. Like a season 2 sex scene, I think would be appropriately timed. Another date with Mandy. Mandy definitely wouldn't give it up on the first date. I think we're all aware of that. But Invisigal, yeah. I mean, you could start off next update with you just sticking it in with Invisigal. I feel like that'd be appropriate. But yeah. Season 2. Season 2. I think they'll have a sex scene in season 2. I think the dream scene went over pretty well with the audience. So I think they'll want a sex scene or two for season 2. I think so. Every game needs a harem route. Mario Party harem route. True. Yeah. There's problems with harem route. I don't know how much I want to get into it, but with like Superhuman, sometimes the fact that I make it like harem route is like kind of like the default because there's no real consequences for like fucking a lot of girls in Superhuman. Not yet, anyway. There might be a few things later, but harem route is kind of like the default, just because it's such a long fucking game. I don't want people to feel like they need to replay it just to get like a few extra fucking romance scenes. Or like if they did choose like one, then I'd have to like break up the sex scenes to the point where there just wouldn't be enough in the game. I don't think. So But due to that fact, I feel like I kind of miss out on some just straight like romance type scenes, and that could occur if you chose only one girl. Like going to a party with a girl and like like making out on the couch or some shit like that. I mean, I guess I could still do it. But then I feel like I don't know, how would I make the other girls react? How would I do this? Would I do that? Which girl would I choose? Would I give like the option and have to like draw like for all of them? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Just I do think there's a bit of missed opportunities by going the pure harem route rather than like a strict single romance. Like if I just like made Alice like the primary romance, like if I just had like 2 or 3 primary romances, and just like focus on a lot of sex with them, maybe my game would have had a bit more depth in the romance department. But in the end, I kind of made the MC kind of like a bit of a fuckboy. He's fucking monsters. He's fucking dudes. He's fucking chicks. He doesn't give a fuck. So yeah, there's a bit of missed opportunity in that sense. But there's sacrifices with everything. You got to make some choices, and sometimes that's just how it goes. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe for my, would I do it for my next game though? I feel like, based on my current plans, all of them are going to be like, there's going to be a lot of sex. Except for, I guess, the Necromancer game, maybe. But then, oh yeah, the Necromancer game, maybe. That's possible. Vampire's definitely going to have a lot of sex. And the demon and the space one, obviously, going to have a lot of sex in that. We'll be fucking a lot of aliens. Yeah, maybe for the Necromancer. I'll think about it. Dispatch has been wildly successful, so I've heard. So either we'll get season 2 or a new project, or we'll definitely get something. No, I doubt they're going out of business. But what will it be? I'm hoping it'll be Dispatch season 2. I feel like it's a really good world that it would be good to continue on. I think there's a lot of potential in that world. So, and the style as well. So I'm hoping for a season 2. Would Rina Mori get along with Invisigal? I feel like Rina would like Invisigal. Invisigal wouldn't necessarily like Rina. I feel like, because Rina's kind of like nice to most people, but yeah, I feel like Rina might get on Invisigal's nerves because she's a little bit weird. So I feel like that's how that would go. Yeah. I think that was Cope from BB Fans. What was Cope? When it comes to talking about the update. Oh, to talk about it? Yeah. But then, if they come in later, then I have to fucking repeat it and shit. So, we'll see. We've got a few people in, actually. We've got a few people in. I could probably talk about it, but we'll finish the comments and then I'll have a bit of a chat about some of my plans for the update. I'm going to put this all in a Patreon post anyway. So, just to get feedback. So it doesn't really matter, if we're being honest. Let's fucking tag. Get that shit out of there. So, fuck was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought. Alright, yeah, there's going to be a Patreon post anyway, so, it doesn't really matter. But we'll get some opinions. Opinions that won't necessarily change my mind, but it's just something to think about. Something to help me think. What would be the equivalent of Blonde Blazer or Invisigal for Superhuman? I don't know. Ella and Alice? I guess. They seem to be the most popular girls. A lot of people hate Alice. No, not Alice. Everyone loves Alice. A lot of people hate Ella, but a lot of people really love Ella as well. So there's that, and then everyone loves Alice. Well, most people anyway. So some people who preferred like the smaller boobs might not like Alice as much, but I feel like they still like her personality anyway. So you know, I feel like that'd probably be the choice. Like if I had to choose like a limited romance roster, it'd probably be Ella and Alice. That would probably be it. Like Alice would be like the good, the good choice, and then Ella would be the bad choice. That's probably, and that would like lead you into like the different routes, like the good route versus the bad route. Like if I was doing it like Fate Stay Night, because all the routes in Fate Stay Night are linked to your romance choice. So yeah, it'd probably be Ella would lead to the bad, like more violent route. Alice would be the still like action, and heavy action route, but not quite as bad. Well, maybe Alice would be the medium route. Then I'd have like Amber and Liz as the good route, because Amber's kind of like a good character, like a neutral good character. Liz is kind of like neutral, but yeah. So that might be it. Yeah, Alice would probably be the medium route because you can kind of like, well, that hasn't really happened yet. But it's like in terms of Alice's morality, she's a swayable in a way. So yeah. Alice or Ella probably. Closest would be Alice or Ella. Season 2 has to be Mandy's story, where we finally learn her backstory. Robert can still be the MC, but just like how the first game focuses on Vizzy, the sequel should focus on Blonde Blazer. That's true. I feel like the first season was very Invisigal focused, and I think the next one should be Blonde Blazer focused. Maybe she has like a conflict, or maybe like someone steals her amulet, or probably not that, but someone from her past comes knocking or something. There's a lot of things you can do. Mia perfect setup for pure romance. Why? Why exactly? I'm not really sure about that. It could be. Hi, Mr. Weird. What's this about? An update? I'm just talking about some of my plans for it, basically. Just having a bit of a chat, a bit of a chin wag, as well. My people don't say that. The British say that, I suppose. But what do we? Do we say chin wag? No, we say something else. What do we say? I can't remember. Yeah, I forget. When even the most popular Eternum's non-harem route is ass. Eternum's non-harem route is ass. It literally just cuts characters' dialogues, didn't change anything, so it's hard to have both harem and non-routes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Eternum. I've never played a single romance route in Eternum. I've never tried. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't bother with it. That's kind of why. But yeah, there is something like missed. I think you do miss something. There's gains from it as well, obviously, which is why it's done. But I do think there is a little something missed when you do that. I do. Hi, Weird. Hey, Kenshi Gensai. How's it going? Early stream today, I see. What's up, Weirdwood? What's up, Draco? And welcome. Yeah, a bit of an early one. I'm fucking awake. Can't fucking sleep. I'm tired, but I can't fucking sleep because it's too fucking hot. And since we're going to be busy tomorrow, I've got might as well do the stream, now while I'm still fucking awake doing nothing. Because I went to bed. I was just lying in the fucking bed looking at the fucking ceiling. It's fucking terrible. I can't stand not being able to sleep. It's just the most boring thing. And then you have to like think to yourself, do you want to sleep? Do you want to just keep trying, or do you want to fucking give up and go do some fucking shit? It's a bloody annoying. I hate getting out of bed in general. But yeah, fuck me. MC hasn't had sex with Mia yet, so she is still pure. I mean, sure, you don't know she's been like getting fucked by other dudes though. You don't know. It could be an even sluttier dude like fucking around the corner. We don't know. Sup weird. Sup was it Zopolian? Zopolian. How's it going? Gotta say, recent update was great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I think most people, despite me like not getting into the full fight, a lot of people seem to enjoy it. I was a little bit surprised, to be honest, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it was a longer one. I usually don't make updates that long, so maybe that had something to do with it. It felt like a bit meatier than a lot of other updates. But yeah, last update went over pretty well. It's hot where you're at. It's getting cold here, late autumn, and getting close to winter. I prefer the cold weather, to be honest. I mean, I suppose it depends how cold. You don't want like fucking ice growing on your windshield, having to fucking cut that shit off. But you know, a reasonable amount of coldness I prefer. Knock knock, I'm here. Welcome, Juge. A game about aliens then? Well, not specifically. It's going to be like a space age game. Kind of like Mass Effect or Warhammer or Star Wars, I suppose. That kind of like future type bullshit. Yeah, I've got a lot of plans for that one. That one, I'm pretty excited for. I'm pretty jazzed about. But yeah, I still haven't decided which one I'm going to do first. I'm kind of leaning towards vampire, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. To be honest, yeah, it's a little hard to take a lot of romance seriously because of the extreme amount of H scenes. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's fair, and the fact that they don't give a fuck about you like fucking other chicks. I mean, it's kind of like hinted at that maybe there'll be something down the line, but as of now, yeah, you can kind of just fuck whoever you want. I do think that kind of does detract a little bit from the romance. Like a big harem is always going to be a little bit less special than a single person romance story, I think. But you know, sacrifices you got to make. It's just how it goes. Good day, Mr. World. How are you today? I'm alright. A bit tired, but I'm alright. How you doing, Leon? How's it going? Actually, if Indra were to fight the MC, I've already imagined, for some reason, a scene similar to God of War, where Kratos literally skins Zeus based on the beating. Does Zeus get skinned? I don't remember that. I remember his soul popping out due to the beating. I remember that. I suppose his face did go pretty red. You know, with all the blood. What a cool fucking scene that was. God of War 3 is still my favourite God of War. Followed by 1. And then Ragnarok. Oh, but 2 was so good. I like the new Gods of War. Don't get me wrong. I liked 2018, although I think it should have been named something else. Fucking stupid decision. I also liked Ragnarok. Like, if they're gonna call the next one Ragnarok anyway, why the fuck do they call it 2018? So stupid. But that aside, yeah, I did like those games, but I still think the OG trilogy were the best. Like, they're way better than like the side, like Ascension and fucking the Ghost of Sparta and all that side shit. It's still way better than that. But I think the original 3 God of Wars are still the best. I think they told really unique stories. Like, I think they did Kratos' personality really well in like Ragnarok and shit. But I did feel like it was a bit basic. Like an old killer, he's coming to terms with what he's done, and he's fucking calmed down, and he has to be more responsible for his kid, and blah 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 blah. I feel like that's all a bit basic, a bit standard. But Kratos is in the original trilogy. Kratos is like, it's kind of like his anger, but also like anger is not like especially unique, but the way his anger is kind of like expressed on other people, but is really ultimately like aimed at himself. That's who he's really like pissed at. And it comes out in the like how he kills himself at the end of the first game. In the second game, he goes full rage mode. He's pissed. He wants to kill everyone. And then in the third, it kind of like culminates with like a scene very similar to the first game, but with a lot of great setup behind it, where he realizes the person he needs to kill is himself. Again, I just feel like that was a really. I think it's a little bit more of a unique story than Ragnarok or God of War 2018. I feel like the characterization of the original Kratos was better. But that said, still good games. Still good games. MC at the moment gets one shot by Indra at the moment. Never know what will happen, in the future. I don't know why I said at the moment twice, but okay. It's too late, man. You can't take it back now. ATU about time? I thought it was at the moment. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. Hey, Whitwell. I haven't been able to catch a stream since the last update came out. I'm happy to catch this one, so I can finally tell you how much I enjoyed the update and how excited I am for the next one. Oh, thanks, mate. Glad you enjoyed it, Kiki. Glad to have you in the stream as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one as well. We'll talk a little bit about it, but yeah. Yeah, that's right, but I just literally imagined MC giving Indra the same treatment that Zeus received from Kratos. It could happen. I do take a lot of inspiration from a lot of shit that I, watch and experience. Amber Romance seems kind of like an extension of Blizzard's. I agree, generally. If I took the romance in the game more serious, it'd be kind of weird to romance both if they were the good route. Would it be kind of weird to romance both? It would be kind of weird, but I think it'd also be kind of appropriate given their current circumstances. I feel like that'd be something they'd have to come to terms with. Yeah. When we were in the monster world, I missed characters like Tiffany and Nico. Now that they're back, I miss Alice and Michael. We need them back soon. Yeah. Some good characters that we don't have access to. Like kind of like gotta sacrifice them for the sake of the story. But all in good time. I'm sure there'll be a time where we meet again, I'm also very tired. I have been ill these past weeks because of how cold it's been here. But I agree, I hate the heat more. Damn, that sucks for you. Michael is coming back as a level 3 or 4, maybe. Let's just wait. Could be. I miss the old psycho killer who cucks people. What's this a reference to? But still, he somewhat understood that he's a terrible person, worse than the people he kills. Kratos. True. True. Yeah. The level of self-awareness in Kratos, I think it does him credit as well. Yeah. And I do appreciate, just the blatant murder as well. The ruthlessness of Kratos, of the original Kratos. A lot of games, you don't have that many anti-hero type games. It's not a very common thing. Having a character that just ruthlessly slaughters motherfuckers without being too concerned with the sins he's committing. I think that's pretty cool as well. That was Kratos Kino. That Kratos was Kino. Yeah, true. How tall is FemMC? About 6 foot. About 6 foot. Pretty tall. Not like male MC tall, but pretty tall. The scenes with the party you went to with Tiffany were a great change of pace. Oh yeah. I was pretty happy with how that turned out. Yeah. Will the space game have Q type enemies? Yeah, probably. There's going to be a lot of esoteric type shit, and the Q aren't really supernatural. They're kind of like a huge unknown with their minds and their biological technologies that I think that makes them compelling in the same way that a lot of cosmic horror is compelling. They're more body horror than cosmic horror, but kind of a mixture of both, really. But yeah, there will be like Q type enemies in the space game. This is true. Bad Sugar Mama, not buying us monster parts, shake my head. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, true, true. We could have stolen that item from the fat dude though, that bought it, to be honest. Yeah, we could have. Originally that was going to be the plan, but I forgot to do it. So, too bad. Too bad. Have you thought about using AI for your coding work? Not really. Like, I mean, I've thought about it, but I came up with this came down. I don't know how to phrase that. I in the end decided that I'm probably not going to, at least not anytime soon, because I'm not a good enough coder to even recognize when code is right. So if I start just like chucking code in, I feel like all kinds of shit is gonna go wrong. And then I'm gonna have to start like I already hate debugging as it is with the code I've currently got. I already hate it. If I start adding more and more like complicated code that I don't really understand, I feel like it's just gonna fuck me in the long run at some point. So I might do so if AI gets like super good at code where I can like really rely on it, and where I don't have to worry that it's gonna like fuck shit up later. I might do, but at the moment I'm not all that interested at the moment. And the scenes with Steven were wholesome. Steven. Oh, Steven was in the update before, right? Right? Yeah. Guys, trust me, Michael and Alice are coming back next update, for real. It would be good if, when you did a complete rework of the game's art, for example, back at the beginning of the story, it might include the MC committing more brutal deaths if he has 10 corruption. It's possible. It's possible. I do feel like adding like new options. So there's more to it than just an art rework. There's more for you guys to like want to replay beyond just looking at new pretty pictures. I do feel like I want to add a lot of choices and things that weren't in previously. But yeah, we'll get around to it. Why did you not stick the plan with the plan of stealing from the fat dude? Because I forgot about it. Or maybe because I was out of time. I can't remember. It was a huge amount of crunch last update. So I had barely any time for a lot of shit. So there was that. Or I could have just forgot. It could be either of those. To be honest, I can't remember. It could be either of those. It's probably that I just ran out of time. That's probably the answer. The eye wanted that item so bad. Was it the eye? Bomb Blazer versus level 1 Alice. Who do you think is winning? Bomb Blazer can fly. So she's got that going for her. Can't remember any of her feats. I feel like if she's relative to Phenomenon, and Phenomenon can fly to the sun and absorb it, I feel like Phenomenon should be much more powerful. I mean, Blonde Blazer should be much more powerful. Assuming they're relative, and assuming Phenomenon can actually do what he said, and he wasn't just like, talking shit. Yeah. So, Blonde Blazer, I'd assume. And level 1 Daryl with Prep versus Mecha Man. Level 1? Probably Mecha Man. Daryl has his like backpack and flying around and shit, which is pretty good. But I feel like Mecha Man has more tools. Well, not necessarily more tools, more powerful tools than level 1 Daryl. Prep time is the ultimate power. Just look at Batman. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's possible he can like set up traps and shit. Like I feel like Mecha Man got blown up by a fucking regular ass C4 bomb, right? There's a chance Daryl beats Mecha Man. To be honest, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there's a chance Daryl beats Mecha Man. Like if a regular ass bomb took that cunt out, then Daryl could probably beat him if he has prep time. Woodward, could you tell us if Henry is destroying planets like Bernhardt and Malik? It doesn't really sound like he is. Henry is busy doing other things. He's not on the same mission. Uh, as it's said in this system of corruption, you kind of end up having more options, so it would make sense for his monstrous instincts to turn into murderous intent. That would make sense. Sure. It's a matter of effort, though, rather than it making sense. How much effort am I willing to put in? I probably will add some more gruesome murders. This will probably happen. But I'm not going to make any promises. Hey, Woodward. Good night we're having. How's the weather down under? Fucking hot. Fucking hot. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Oh, hey, the pedophile who defended two guys lusting over 17-year-old guys. Is this a reference to me? Or to someone in chat? Who's this a reference to? I don't know the reference. Phenomenal Man actually seems to be telling the truth about the sun thing, since he does have energy absorption, but Blonblazer got knocked out by Shroud's regular laser, while P-Man tanked his charge attack with 0 damage, so she's not on his level. She's not on his level, but she seemed to be like operating the same like kind of speed. Maybe not strength, but definitely I think speed. She was flying around about... Well, no, she specifically says that he flies faster, though. She does specifically say that. I suppose we could... But then again, Phenomenal Man didn't one-shot the fucking mech either, did he? He was just part of the team fighting it. He was just part of the gang. It's not like he was... Like, maybe his depression made him a more weak fighter. But I don't know. I feel like Phenomenal Man was kind of relative to a lot of people there. Like, you could say he's the strongest, because he was like tagging shit without problem. Maybe he's just not very skilled, so he was getting knocked around a lot. Like, Shroud was like predicting all his moves and shit, like, you know, Lex Luthor kind of bullshit. Which, you know, kind of makes sense, because Shroud is kind of like the Lex Luthor of the universe. It kind of makes sense. Could you tell us why Amber wanted to get into swimming? In the early game, Liv gives us her reason, but I can't recall Amber ever giving hers. I don't know. I haven't thought about it, to be honest. I haven't thought about it. It could be possible that she wanted to do it because Liz did it, or maybe she has some other personal reason. Maybe I'll get into it. You know, one of those things. Maybe. Holy shit, it's you, Joshy. Oh no, depression, my one weakness. True. Fucking P-Man, useless motherfucker. Fail a single job and he's fucking out for like 30 minutes. Bastard. P-Man got nerfed by plot because he easily threw the mech to the clouds. Easy. True. But wasn't the reason he couldn't do that before because Shroud was too skilled? He was like outmaneuvering everyone with his skill bullshit. He's like you know, reading the future kind of bullshit. Woodward, could you tell us if Dave is the only one of the MC's friend group suffering a major loss or life struggle? Primarily. If you're talking like the boys, yeah, he's the only one for the moment. Bruh, it's freezing here. Dang. Where are you at? I'm trying to think. It must be most people are in the northern hemisphere, so most people are probably getting fucking cold. That's probably just the standard thing. I wonder if Tiffany can just take someone up into space by turning them into light, kind of like Nico. I mean, she can probably get someone to the moon, like in a second. Yeah, there's the issue of that, and then there's the issue of like Tiffany's control as well. I feel like I kind of like jumped the gun by having Tiffany already be able to like transfer other people to light. I might have to retcon that, to be honest. I might have to retcon that. And just alter the scene a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit early for her to be teleporting other people into light. I don't know. Well, not teleporting, you know, transforming other people into light. Also, it doesn't really make sense. Yeah. I can't even remember why I did it. Like, was there any purpose behind it? Or did I just do it on a whim? I've got to stop being stupid about that. I've got to start thinking more when I'm writing shit down. I can't remember why I gave it that power. I think it just made the scene easier to draw. Like to just have like Tiffany's like light flash special effect to transport him to a new location. I think I think that was the reason. It was just easier for me. I've got to stop being so lazy. Yeah, I might have to change that. I might not, depending on. I'll have to think about it. I might leave it just for the sake of it, maybe because there's something cool I can do with that. But I might wreck on that. That could be getting the wreck on. If Klaus was still alive after the recent updates, what level would he be at? He'd probably be at level 3. Klaus was pretty high potential. Is Dave dying next update? Probably not. I mean, maybe. Anyone can die, but Is your room in the garage, or is that the sofa? A sofa in the back? That is a sofa, and it's also in a garage. Yes. Yes. The person I bought this house off of, like, remodeled her garage into, like, an office space, and I just, kept using it. And, works pretty well. This is where I, like, spend, like, 90% of my day. Just here doing some work shit. This is my first time on stream. Welcome in, Slim Shady. Gotcha. Don't really know what to expect, but hey, this is MF Weird World. Motherfucking. Is that Weird World? It'll be hype. I don't know about that. Just talking shit. Like sometimes I do various things on stream, like just various things. Like, my last thing was playing Dispatch, so that was fun. But I draw on stream on occasion. I fucking do trivia games on occasion for Superhuman. And generally, I just talk about stuff related to the game, my feelings about it, sometimes about things I'm planning, various things like that. Sometimes I go through like scene, like I've only done this once. I plan on doing it again though. Going through like a fight scene that I made in game and just talking about what my step by step like thought process was when I was making it and stuff like that. What I thought about it, stuff like that. So yeah, my streams are pretty random in that sense, but usually I go through all the comments and just like talk about various Superhuman things. People usually ask a few questions, a couple questions, and I'll answer those. But yeah, she could kind of do it in the dream though, but that was just a dream, I guess. Yeah, maybe that's why. It was just a continuation of that. I can't remember. Or I could just add like limitations to it or some shit. I don't know. I'll think about it. Are we meeting again with Tiffany, dream version? I don't know about the dream version, but Tiffany, you'll be meeting again, sure. Could you rank the morality of MC plus his friend group team from worst to best? Worst would probably be Doll Ella, if you count her. Then Alice. Then Michael. Michael could go before Alice, depending. But I think Alice is more malicious than Michael is, so we'd rank her above him. Then Michael. Then Daryl. Then Liz. Then Amber. For MC, it kind of depends on your choices. So MC could be anywhere. But yeah. Well, I don't know if he can be. He can be on Liz's level. I don't think he can be as good as Amber. He can't be that moral. Maybe he can. Yeah, MC can be anywhere. But yeah, I'd say that's probably about the order around. After Kenny, MC mentions training his memory abilities and improving the ease of access to service level memories, as well as the speed at which he retrieves them. My question is whether MC could have significantly enhanced his memory abilities through training and focusing on them more. Significantly, no. Could he improve them? Sure. Well, actually, I'd say no, but it's possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But if he did so, he probably would have died. He probably would have been killed because the body is a lot more useful for fighting. So, could he have possibly? Would it have worked out for him? Probably not. It'd probably lead to a dead end. If we're being real, it probably would have led to a dead end. Do you know the most casually racist country in the world? That's the one I live in. Casually racist. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of racist countries, but I don't know who's the most casually racist. Like China's pretty racist. You live in China? Or is it like some like Middle Eastern country? Like depending on how you define racism, I suppose. Because I assume they hate all whites. Maybe that's not fair. They hate America. I don't know how they feel about like Australia and fucking England. Maybe it's just Americans they hate. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna guess China, but that's a cautious guess. Has she transported others via light? Could just say MC slash shapeshifters are the only ones she can do it with currently. I could do, but it feels like a little bit contrived. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I had a light bulb go in my squirrel head. What if the ability of Paradox is the power to retcon stuff, meaning every version of the game after the beta release is a retcon, and Order tries to fix it, fix the universe and chaos, creating bugs in the code. Damn, I'm smart. True. True. That could be it. It could be the secret. The secret is what's the most of the pain in my ass. The fucking bugs. Also, I'm shocked Daryl is more moral than Michael. Oh yeah, by far. I feel like that's more conditional, if true. It is conditional, but well, yeah, it does kind of depend. Like Daryl does some immoral stuff, but he usually does it like under the influence of various, outside forces. Like for example, being a monster or being like Ella's slave. Outside of that, he's usually relatively moral, like by superhuman standards. Like he's kind of like a dick. He's kind of like a playboy. He's kind of like, a bit weird. But Michael is a killer, and well, he doesn't necessarily enjoy the killing. He enjoys the act of bringing someone death. So Michael is probably quite a bit less moral than Daryl. Like he enjoys like the process. He doesn't necessarily enjoy the end result. So yeah. Is Daryl worse morally than Liz? Yes. I don't think Liz or even Amber would care if they slaughtered randoms like Daryl does. Amber would care. Liz would not necessarily care, but she'd also not necessarily do it herself. You could argue that Liz is maybe less moral than Daryl, maybe, because Daryl isn't necessarily okay. Well, he'd be kind of okay with it. None of Subhuman's characters are very moral. I feel like I've been a little bit. I feel like I've been maybe a little bit too flagrant with the immorality of Subhuman, actually. Maybe just a bit. But I've got my, moral beacons in there. But for Liz, first Daryl, I'm not. It'd be a tough one. Both of them. Daryl's more willing to kill than Liz is, but Liz wouldn't necessarily care about dying as much, about people dying as much. Interesting that you say Amber has the most morality, since Amber has one of the most wholesome relationships with the MC. Yeah. I mean, she probably cares about him in the most standard way, I'd say. It's India? Ah, damn. India was in the back of my mind. I considered it. I just didn't. I didn't go with. Didn't go with it. Damn. How good is the MC at baking? He's alright. He's alright. And good to see you, Weird. Welcome, Vulcan. Good to see you as well. Bro, Michael is not a good person at all, though. True. True. Michael will be back anytime. Surely, right? So what is the future? What is it? What is it with the future update? Yeah, I'm getting to it. All right, let me just finish off the comments. I think we're almost done. Fuck, we've been doing this for an hour. I don't think I'd be talking for this long, to be honest. I didn't fit. To be honest, I didn't think most people would show up, but you know, we'll get to it. We're almost there. Counter argument: Daryl is fine with fucking a spider monster girl that the MC basically made disabled. Yeah, but it's a monster. I feel like a lot of normal people would be fine with that as well. You know, if they're not human, fuck them, right? Could you explain how dead Ella can talk to Emily and Christy while dead Sarah can't talk to Stephen? For one, we don't know if it's actually Ella. Two, we don't know if what they were talking to was even like something at all. It could have literally just been a dream. And three, maybe I could explain it, but why would I? So, if I didn't explain it in the game, why would I explain it now? So, we'll leave it at that. New Zealand. What about New Zealand? Monsters don't have human rights. True. Ella has been dead for months? Sarah has been dead for years, so she probably lost much of her power to interact with normal humans. It's possible. By the way, is Newsom Sharon's last name? Can't remember. Sounds familiar. You mentioned that MC's memory ability is higher than a Newsom person. Oh, right. Yeah. It's possible that is Sharon's last name. And Sharon actually makes an appearance next update. That's how you mentioned it. I forgot about her last name. That could be it, or it could be a different superhuman. It could be either. I don't know. I'm not gonna. It's possible they have more than one memory superhuman out there, but it could also be Sharon's last name. I can't remember. As far as we know, only Sharon is known to have memory powers. Yeah, as far as I know. But there's more superhumans by the day with all these monster attacks. I mean, there are 12 godlike monsters running around, not counting all the shit above them. I understand them being less moral. True. I mean, the monsters aren't really running around, the god monsters, but they're around. They're somewhere. I just don't like see Liz crying about her misdeeds like Daryl does with Jake and Debbie. True, but you gotta consider, for one, Daryl was drunk, so there's that. But you're right, Liz probably wouldn't cry about that. Well, she might, but she probably wouldn't do it in the same way. But that said, just because she's not as good or as expressive with her emotions doesn't mean she necessarily doesn't feel them as much. It's possible. Sup, Draco? You wouldn't believe it, but Joshi was in the chat. Which chat? This one? I took a screenshot because I was way too surprised to see him. Maybe you already talked about it, but how long would the art update take after you finish the game? The update's going to come in time with 1.0. So the game will end, and the art update will also come in that 1.0 update. As for how long it will take, it could be fucking ages. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of work. I've been working on it slowly over time, but it's a lot of fucking work. And you know, even though I've been working on it slowly, I've got the actual updates like I normally do to take up a lot of my time. So I don't get that much of an opportunity to work on it. So all that said, probably a while, but who knows. During Emily's route early on, when they first went to the gym in the sauna, Emily mentions how when Ella graduated, it brought on a bunch of other problems for her. Could you tell us if we'll ever learn what went on there? That would be that. That when they first went to the gym and sauna, Emily mentioned how... some of it had to do with Jess. Will you find out? Maybe. It's possible. I'm not going to promise anything though. Also, Weird, what's up with Nico and Lexi wanting to kidnap MC's body, or cock? They're trying to make him their personal slave, lol. Well, there's a certain amount of possessiveness. But, mainly because neither of them get too much action, because there aren't that many guys to fulfill their criteria, so they do get a little bit a little bit possessive in their own way. They're not. Neither of them are particularly good at expressing it though, so it kind of comes out during sex. The drunken debuff is almost as effective on Daryl as the titty debuff. True. True. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Or was. Are there any particular visual novels you use as inspirations or even just like enough to mention here? Face Down Art. This is one I talk about a lot. But Face Down Art was a big inspiration. Not in terms of like content, but like in structure. And I also think it's a fantastic fucking visual novel. I think it's just like prime, like probably the best visual novel I've ever played. And to be fair, I don't play a lot of them these days, but I did play a lot back in the day. And Face Down Art still like, yeah, one of the best. One of the best. Probably the best for me anyway. Muv-Luv is also very good. For Western ones, Eternum, Being a Dick, stuff like that. They're good as well. But Face Down Art would definitely be my favourite. Woodward, could you tell us how life is looking in the other sectors? I imagine having heroes based within your own greatly changes how life looks, which would mean we wouldn't have the greatest idea of how life looks for most of the world. For one, Hero has bases in other sectors as well, so there's that. But that said, Sector A and Sector 1 are among the more stable and orderly and advanced sectors. Various sectors like, was it Sector 25 or 26? They're more hostile, because they're kind of like rebelling against the world order at the moment, or at least they were. I don't know what they're doing right now. Maybe they still are. I don't imagine they are with like the monster attacks though. But so yeah, there are like war-torn sectors that are they're kind of like fighting to get their culture back because they don't like that the world government kind of like destroyed all culture, kind of like uniformly forced one language, one like kind of unified like a system, I suppose. So there's a few sectors that are not a fan of that and are like kind of rebelling. So those places aren't so great to live in if you're them. Other sectors are a little bit poorer. Let's say the standard of living isn't that great, but otherwise are fine. So kind of this is mixed up. Generally speaking, it's a more stable world than our world. More consistent world as well. Like the standard of living across most of the superhuman world is like pre-monster attack, obviously, is pretty good for most people. And the unified government has provided a lot of structure and a lot of prosperity. But like I said, there's the few like sectors who are outwardly rebelling against the world government. So it's more peaceful, I suppose. Well, it's as a whole easier living than most of the real world, but with some tougher elements within it. Ella also mentions that there aren't as many fish in the sea for her either, if I recall correctly. The true price of power. True. If you become a super powerful superhuman and you're a hot chick, it gets rough out there. For dudes as well, but depending on what your power is. But oh yeah, Woodward. We need a C-class monster and an S-class monster for MC to sleep with, so he can complete the monster booty hunt list. Oh. Could be done. I mean, he's already fucked a Glakeworth, so that's an S-class right there. Right? A C-class monster, though. C-class. Maybe. Maybe an F-class monster too, if they exist. I mean, he hasn't fucked an E-class either, has he? Hello, Woodward. How are you today? I'm alright. Personally, I'm a bit pissed about the result, once again, of last poll. Boring, safe, predictable result. Ah well, what can you do? What were you voting for, Eldred? What was your desired choice? Early stream, huh? Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit. What's your recommendations for good cheese to go with bread? I don't like cheese. I don't like cheese. If the cheese is like cooked into the bread like by default, then that's fine. But I don't just like add cheese to shit. I don't eat grilled cheese. I don't eat cheese by itself. Like unless cheese is like with something good, I don't eat it. So yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Is the whole Xanth lineages just nerds? Maybe. I mean, there's a few we haven't seen, a few that might be dead, a few that might be still alive. But we'll see. It's kind of a big family, really. Kind of successful family, actually. But you know. Have you ever played Full Metal Demon Muramasa? I've heard of it. I don't know if I've played it. It's really effing dark, but also really effing good. I'd recommend it. I've heard of it. I don't know if I've played it, though. When will the MC get its 4th evolution in the next update? Or is it still a long way off? I don't know, mate. I don't know if he's ever getting his 4th evolution. I mean, he was trying every night last update, but it just kept slipping through his fingers. Will he get a next update? Maybe. Maybe next update is the time. The right time. I think he promised Alice a couple of weeks. It's been past a couple of weeks, so you better do it soon. Or he's going to be a fucking liar. Between now and the heat death of the universe, true. Although that might never come with, Malik around. But, I would have voted lactation. I need more that Lamau. I would have voted for lactation. Did I even put that as an option? No one votes for lactation, so I don't put it up that often. But, it's not to say it won't ever show up again. There's Bramon Tanos and whatever kid Tanos has. True. But is Tanos' son a nerd as well? Maybe. Or maybe he hates scientists. Maybe he despises them. Can you grow a full beard? Fuck no. That's why I shave quite often. Because if I try to grow one, it grows like really patchy. And I've got like fucking holes in my face everywhere. I'd have to wait like a year or longer to actually grow a proper beard if I were to do it. And even then it'd be like, the old Asian Chinese Kung Fu masters, like the Fu Manchu? That'd be the type of beard I'd have to grow. I wouldn't be able to grow like a proper chunky boy. Are you working alone on the game? Yeah. The guy I had helping me, he's doing some other shit now. So it's all old weird world, just working by himself. I've been thinking about getting more people to like help me out, but can't trust anyone. Also, there's a bit of a learning curve that I don't know if I'd be able to guide people through to do what I do. So I don't know. Would be funny if Thanos' kid is with Moon. What, like Divina's mother or something. Top scientists in these superhuman groups would be from the same family, though. Maybe. Anyway. Bailey is E-class, isn't she? Oh, yeah. Is Bailey E-class? I mean, she'd have to be, right? Weaker than Kenny? Yeah, that's a good point. Bailey probably would be about an E-class. Not exactly a monster, but, close enough. Gotta go beyond the apostles. MC can do better. Yeah, we'll see. Could you tell us what Jeff tried to pull over Steven when MC was born? Maybe they'll get it revealed in if we ever get some more screen time with Jeff and Steven. Which I imagine we might. But yeah. MC didn't fuck Greg with. If you chose to go the other direction, Daryl got some action instead. Yeah, but the MC also doesn't necessarily fuck the Gorgon either. It's a choice. The MC doesn't have to fuck every monster rank. He just, has the option. The gender bender options and not the female one. I mean, the horse was the horse C rank or was he B rank? I can't remember. Not the horse, Centaur. You know, Woodworld screwed the gender bender fans with that split vote between 3 different variations. I mean, they could have voted for all of them. If they wanted all of them, they could have voted for all of them. That was an option. Monster Booty back on top. Yeah, because I think I did multiple choice, right? You can choose multiple. You can vote for multiple things. So if they wanted to vote, if they wanted like any kind of gender bender, they could have voted for any kind of gender bender. But yeah, Monster Beauty back on top. Yeah, yeah. We'll get a. We haven't. I don't think we've had a monster sex scene in a while. At least not a female one. We had the Centaur. But yeah, we'll give him a sneaky monster sex. Why not? Full beard. Overrated. Had one down to my chest once, but it was damn hot, and I live in a cold climate. Interesting. Yeah. There was a point where I did like kind of want a beard because I had like really bad acne. You can kind of like still see the scars of it. Like I've got freckles as well, but like a lot of it like acne scars. So I wanted a beard to like cover that shit up. Like kind of hide my fucking disgusting face. But you know, didn't really work out. Couldn't really grow a proper one. Just a bit of a mustache, a bit of a goatee. And that didn't really do much to hide anything, to be honest. So yeah, kind of gave up on it. And then eventually I got the fucking Accutane, got it all cured. So it all worked out in the end. You could have voted for more than one choice, by the way, which I did. Yeah, but some people probably only cared for one type over the other. True. So they fucked themselves. Daryl is actually Thanos' real son. He has V Vitiligo. True. Xanth as well. True. Could you tell us if... Wait, no. Daryl would have V Vitiligo. No. Yeah, that's right. True. Daryl Ruckus. True. Can you tell us if Dave's dad had a quick and painless death? It was somewhat painless. It could have been more painless. I'll say that it could have been more, but it was kind of heroic. So he was kind of at peace with his decision. So in that sense, it was all right. But obviously, it could have been it could have been less pain. Well, I don't know why I said obvious. We don't actually know how he died, but it could have been less painful. Less painful. That's possible. My message was about when you asked me what I voted in the last one. Oh yeah, what did you vote? Oh, the gender bend options. And not the female one? Ah. So you chose what? Futa and Trap? Is that what you're talking about? That Kitsune should have reached Earth by now. Sneaky Monster Sex secured. Also, Mummy Glay should be getting closer to meeting MC again. Possibly. Could you tell us if Christy started working at the Velvet Knight before the Alvadeans took over, or were they the ones in charge during the entirety of her employment? Before, I'm pretty sure. I think it's mentioned, actually. Maybe it's not mentioned, but it was before. Yeah, I tried to imply it subtly, lol. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, Surprisingly, I thought there was more Trap fans in the audience, to be honest. I thought there was more, but it doesn't seem like many people voted for it. Maybe they just preferred other things instead. That's possible. But yeah, I was surprised that Trap didn't get much votes. I still got to do a Futa character, like not Futa MC, like an actual born Futa. Could be a monster. It could just be a superhuman. I don't know. Got to do that though. Got to get that started. But it's not really the right time. I mean, I suppose I could fit it in. I don't think about it. I could do. But we'll see. You could get an art assistant at least. Yeah. That's what I kind of had before. It wasn't really an art assistant. It was more like a scene constructor. Well, because a lot of my work is like constructing various scenes for the game to play out of. But yeah, teaching someone to do it like efficiently, to the point where I'm not like paying them to do fuck all, like compared to what I'd be doing. Yeah, it's a bit. Given how good the game is, it's surprising you're doing it all by yourself. Great game. Oh, thanks, Orion. Glad you think so. By the way, are we ever gonna see another option for MC to use the stone Dell gave him? Yes. Yes to that. At some point, perhaps when the story is finished, did you think about adapting it to another medium like comic animation? I thought about it, but it's too much work. Definitely not animation because I can't be fucked doing that. I ain't got that kind of time. Or maybe if AI animation like improves like drastically in like 10 years or something, maybe, maybe, but probably not. Probably not. All these winning opinions, monster feeder trap vor. Where are my lactation enjoys? There aren't a lot. Not a lot of people voting on lactation, I'm afraid. Not a lot of people. But you know, Angelina's always around, so it's possible. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. Ella comes back as a fooder. It's possible. Do it with a Glakewiff child with MC. Huh? Footer child? Footer child. No. Not unless there's like a fucking 18-year-old time skip, Draco. That's the only way that's happening. Could you clarify a few things about the S-Class? There were people in Discord talking about whether or not an A rank could be stronger than an S-Class. They were also talking about the qualifications, specifically the ones about being unique compared to others of their species. S-Class can be as simple as strong A-Class, so no, A cannot be stronger than S. I feel like this is my fault, the confusion, because I was kind of vague in how I did it. Like, the requirement for S-Class was basically described as monsters that are special, that aren't the norm, that they've mutated somehow, that they've done something that made them exceptional. But does making them exceptional automatically mean that they're super powerful? That they're like above A-Class in terms of like raw power numbers? And I've kind of been hesitant to confirm, but it is possible for an S-Class to be weaker than an A-Class. It's just not very likely. The kind of like requirement of being exceptional is kind of lends itself to a great amount of power. And at some point, eventually, they're going to reach S-Class, in terms of power level. At some point, they are going to reach that level. But they don't automatically start on that level. Like, if they say, like, a monster of the Minyak species gains a unique mutation, they won't automatically be S-Class upon receiving that mutation. But at some point, they're going to be S-Class. At some point. So they'll get there eventually. So is it possible for an S-Class to be weaker than an A-Class? Yes, it's possible. Not particularly likely. And if they are, it won't be forever. So, unless they're killed. Like if they're killed before they reach that point. So, there's that. There's that as well. But, yeah. So that's that. I might change my mind on that, which is why I haven't, like, clarified in the story. But for now, that's the current explanation. Who's your favourite character? I don't know. I've got a few. I like Thanos. I like Ella. I like Ellis. There's a lot of characters I like. Are you saying Agley and MC's kid will be born as an actual kid? Well, it's possible. But even if it's not born as a kid, it's still not getting any sex scenes until it's over 18. Like, even if it's born like fully formed, right? I ain't playing with any of that. If only there was a time apostle that could help old MC out. With what? Oh, the child. Yeah, well, we'll see. Weird World does a little misdirection, unintentional. What did I misdirect? Wait, so born monsters take as long as humans to grow? Not necessarily. But we're just sticking with the 18 number. It's not like a reference to how they mature. They could mature fully in like 2 days, and that's possible. I'm not saying that's happening, but it's possible. Even if that were the case, there still ain't going to be a sex scene until that character is 18, over 18. I feel like Glayquith is going to have 18 years of child support for MC Long. Yeah, maybe. It's possible. Can't even hide from her in the material. True. Even in your dreams, she'll find you. Alright? So you better be ready for that fucking check. It's coming. When Michael first tells us about the test his father had him go through as a teenager, he also mentions that his father also made his younger brothers go through a test the following year. Did I say the following year? I don't know if I specified exactly a year after. Maybe, but I don't know if I said that. He says the tests was not exactly the same, but similar in scope. Could you tell us how their test was different? For one, Met and Gabe went together rather than individually. And they was in a different sector, maybe, or a different part of the same sector. Or the area was different, and a bit of the what do you call it? The setup was a little bit different, but like I said, similar in scope. Or like Michael said about the A class, S class. No, I'm not trying to fuck our child. Lol. I need the child to conquer monsters for me. Yeah. I'm just saying, for those of you who want it to be Futa, it can't be Futa because it can't have any like sexual characteristics. Or maybe it can, but if it does, it's not going to have them until 18 years old. So there's that. Yeah, that would be incest, which is a no-no for Patreon. I mean, yeah, true. There's that by default. I'm just saying it can't be a Futa until it's 18. Or can't be revealed as a Futa until it's 18. Hey, weird. Is 7 black or like a greyish black? No. Well, maybe. You can the 7. I can't leave his skin tone ambiguous, so people can like do the self-insert. Zenith is grey, so his mother. So that's also kind of ambiguous as well. So it could be. But it's basically whatever you want to think about it as. You can think about it as you can think about it as a set one. You could think that he's grey like Zenith. It's possible. But, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you to decide. Could the art style be updated at some point from the start of the game? Or do you think that would be too complicated or pointless? Yeah, that's what 1.0. That's what 1.0 is. You know, plus more story as well. But yeah, I will be updating the art style from the start of the game. That will be happening. It'll just take a bit of time for it to happen, that's all. Can you please have a chapter where Seven and Daniel make out, please, please, please? I don't know, mate. Maybe. It's possible. Who knows? Anything can happen, mate. Could be all kinds of making out. Maybe Seven's going to turn into a chick, right? We'll name her Six. I don't know. Or maybe it'll just be straight, like, you know, buff males, you know, doing the, you know, the tongue dance, whatever you want to call it. It's possible. But I'm not going to make any promises. In the same scene, Michael tells us about his trial. MC said he'd tell him about his mum if he ever remembered. But he never really got the chance. What? In the same scene, Michael tells us about the trial. MC said he'd tell him about his mum. Oh. Yeah, he didn't ever get a chance. It might come up in the future. It's possible. If we ever see Michael again, you know, assuming he's not dead. It's possible. It's possible. So if a Hexenringe somehow got a body mutation that allowed it to expand massively, would that increase its ranking to A+? Depending on how powerful it got, it could be straight to S. It could just be something like A+. It could be something like that. I don't know if did I write anything about the A pluses and Superhuman? Like, I can't remember what exactly I wrote about A pluses, if they're a thing or not. If there was an A plus, like Danu would be an A plus. But a super big Hexenringe? Maybe. Maybe. It's possible. It's possible. Could you tell us why sometimes it seems like the sea humans and the sky humans were much more advanced than the hero, with stuff like the sword and other weapons they made, and the cover they made for the sky and the power pod, but at the same time less advanced, with them being unable to extract the Hex's warp history and only being able to make the wake blood instead of serum like Xanths. Could I tell you why? Different societies evolve differently. Like they focus on different kinds of technologies. They shift their society, their culture to lend itself more to different things, and they have different what do you call it, individual scientists that are capable of different things. It could be that some of the scientists from the sea human world were better suited for those specific types of weapon designs or like atmospheric control than Xanth is. And it could be that Xanth is better at what do you call it, the biochemistry than the sea humans are. It could be a bunch of different things. In terms of like why sea and sky humans are better at manipulating atmospheric type things and weaponry. For one, it's because they were like in battle with the monsters for a very long time, so they kind of like evolved into a very war specific species, because the invasion of their world went on for a long time. So the sky humans kind of altered their whole society around like battling the monsters and winning the ultimate war against them. Sea humans to a lesser degree, but also turned majorly in that direction. Although the sea humans were to begin with more warlike than the sky humans, so it was less of a culture shock for them. But yeah, so in terms of weapons, it's just that they had their whole society like geared towards it in a way that the current modern world, you know, Earth, as you would call it, isn't really at the moment. It's kind of getting there, but isn't really at the moment. As for why they're good at atmospheric control, it's because, well, they deal more. They're more a part of the atmosphere than the ground-dwelling humans of Earth. You know, obviously, since they lived in the sky humans would have a much greater command of the sky, and same with the sea humans. And just like our humans have a much greater command of Earth. So that's kind of the explanation for that. Different technology, basically Asteromorphs versus Gravital. Yeah, kind of actually. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah. How strong was the Sky Queen compared to the Sea Queen? Sea King, like who's more destructive? Destructive? I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. Shake my head, pathetic ground humans. Yeah, well, you know. Who's the strongest, ground, sea, or sky? Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see. I mean, in the end, both the sky and sea lost. So there's that to consider. But, you know, maybe the ground humans will lose too. Who knows? How painful do you think Xanath's potions would be? It's kind of like a weird. The way I kind of imagine it, there's like the Witcher type aspect of it, where it like kind of like burns through your veins and like hurts your skin and like, you know, twists your muscles, breaks your bones as you grow and expand. So there's that aspect, but there's also like the chemo type aspect where it just generally makes your life more miserable, like just in a very slow and toxic kind of way. So there's kind of like multiple points of it. Bro, how much weight do you use on the bench press? Fuck, I can't remember. I think it's like 75 kg or something like that. I don't know what that is in pounds. I'm pretty sure there are A+ monsters, just not S+ monsters. Right. S+ would be the talking ones, and they're like kind of a new thing. At least until they found out about the Chosen. Yeah. I get you. What would have happened if Seven didn't drink his newest potion on a night without a full moon? You mean if he drank it on a night without a full moon? I don't think it would have mattered. I can't remember exactly what I wrote, but I think the reason to do it on full moon was make it easy for him to do it monthly. So it's like an obvious sign of him to remember to do it every month. I think that's the main reason for the full moon. I don't think the full moon specifically contributes to the potion. I could be wrong. I can't remember exactly. But I think it has more to do with like ease of remembering. What's your favorite power you've written so far? It doesn't have to even be in the game yet. Yeah, well, if it's not in the game, I'm not going to fucking tell you, am I? I think Bernard's power is pretty cool. We haven't really seen a whole lot of it, but I think it's pretty cool. MC's power is very interesting to write, so I appreciate it. Daryl's power is interesting to draw, so I appreciate that. Yeah. So I'd say probably one of them. I think. One of them. Did the Sky and Sea humans interact regularly with each other before the monster invasion? If so, how? Yeah, they were enemies. They weren't fans. Like, it depends on what you mean by regularly. I mean, they were like skirmishes and a bit of diplomacy, but otherwise, it's not like the day-to-day civilians were like hanging out with each other a whole lot. If that's what you mean. When Ella introduces MC to transforming others, after telling him the dangers of using it on others, especially in superhumans or monsters, she says that while he can't use it in a fight, he can use it for cleanup, since a corpse can't resist. But she then says monster corpses are a different story, and not to try it on them. Could you tell us why they're different, and what would happen if he did try it on them? I think that would be better saved for the game, I think. But yeah, we'll save for the game. Monster corpses aren't really the same kind of thing, so different shit could happen. Yeah, anyway. When you finish Superhuman, would you consider focusing on Warlock more? Meaning like daily uploads returning? It's possible. It's basically on my mood, to be honest. That's the main thing. It's like how in the mood am I for like a medieval type story, and then I might start releasing shit, like writing shit like a whole lot more often. That's 100% possible. But it probably won't relate too much to like a Superhuman ending. It's possible, but I don't know if it will be, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of projects I want to work on. Could you remind me, what's the name of the character in the game? He has his hands in his pockets all the time. His visor over his eyes and the 3 blue dots and black hair. And what is his power? Deus. That's who you're thinking of. I'm going to ask, was there a Sky/Sea human out there? If Danu and Sylar are anything to go by, someone tried it at least once. What? What do you mean? Was there a... What do you mean, are they out there? Tried what? Like like to talk? To fuck? What are you talking about, Joker? I don't understand the question. Oi? What's up, Commodora? How you been? Right, anyway. What was I going to do? No, I fucking lost my train of thought now. To fuck each other. You mean if like a Sky and Sea human like ever like civilians tried to like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing? Yeah, that's possible. It's not like they were completely segregated. They could have met up on land, or met each other for trade or some bullshit like that. Were they a hybrid? You mean they actually had children? It's possible. It's possible. It could also not be possible though. As in, are they the same species? The same like? Are they like different breeds of dog where they're all still human, so they can all still breed, or are they just a different species entirely where they can't breed at all? The answer is probably that they're like dogs, that they can that they can interbreed. And was there a hybrid? Possibly. Possibly. There might have been a hybrid out there. But will we ever see that hybrid? Who knows? Are their offspring viable, like ligers? Yeah, it's true. Their offspring could be like sterile. It's also possible. Or well, unlike ligers. Well, ligers can't breed themselves, can they? Or can they? Well, it's obviously possible if regular humans can reproduce with sea humans. Oh yeah, true. True. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, they kind of did some fucky shit with Sila. But yeah, that's generally probably a true. They're like dogs. They can breed, but if there was a ground sea human hybrid, who's to say that there couldn't be a sea sky human hybrid? Of course, we don't actually know that Sila is like a sea human or a sky human. We don't actually know what Sila is. I don't think it's ever stated, so we're all just guessing, really. Well, if I was a sea human, I would have fucked a sky human that looked like Dano. True. Dano is pretty fucking hot. True. But she was married at the time, so there's that. I don't know if you've mentioned it, but what are your thoughts on Bloodlines 2, aside from the obvious maybe? I thought it was an alright game. When I played through it on stream, I gave it a little bit too much shit. Although, to be fair, I think the start was a little underwhelming. Usually they like lead with their best foot forward, but the start of Bloodlines 2 was a little bit underwhelming. That said, I thought the game as a whole was alright. They had a lot wrong with it, like not having fucking fast travel was a fucking pain in the ass. And the fucking detective things should have just been a visual novel. They shouldn't have made me travel across towns, fucking Fabian. That should have just been a visual novel type section. And just scrap all that shit. Fucking annoying. But yeah, aside from that, they had some cool bosses and some cool concepts. And I think Fabian as a character, and also fucking Fire, the male one at least. I didn't play the female one. They were actually decent characters. So I think it was an alright game. 6 out of 10. Maybe a 5. 6 out of 10. Would Daryl be better off if he had pure creation like Diviner? Like, would he have been able to make a car in the monster world easily? Yeah, probably. Probably. Would you ever consider actually dating someone like Zenith? Fuck no. Zenith is a fucking monster. It's not a shot. Like, if you mean like size, I'd date like a buff chick, sure. But for one, she's like fucking 50. And also, she's kind of a fucking psycho. So, no. What would a child of the MC and Alice be like? Probably really deformed and a monster. Probably, most likely, if it were possible. We do, Woodward. MC has citizenship to the Sea Human lol. Yeah, but that doesn't confirm anything, does it? Maybe she's just an honorary guest or some shit. You don't fucking know. Or it could have been some other reason he has citizenship as a sea human. You don't know. You don't fucking know. Sea human supremacy? Fuck those sissy fairies. True. Fucking fairies. Get out of here. All that sea human shit recognizes our genes. Yeah, well, it could be some completely alternative reason that we don't know about. Right? Could you tell us if we'll ever figure out who did Eos in? Oh yeah, you'll figure that out. I think we can probably guess who. You can, but that's still a far cry from knowing. It will be confirmed if that's what you're asking. Yes, Rebus probably has some weird advantage that we don't know about yet, though. It's possible. I mean, Rebus is a chosen for a reason, so Daryl might be better off with Rebus. It's possible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. I don't know if this was already asked, but is there any reason about why you didn't update the MC sprite? Yeah, it's kind of a stupid reason, obviously, honestly. But if I update the MC sprite now, it'll update all his sprites in the past. So it'll kind of like fuck up my whole system. And then it'll look like out of place when like compared to the old sprite. Like if a new player comes in the game, plays the game, they'll see like this fancy new sprite, and they'll have fucking the old sprites next to it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because later in the game that's what happens anyway. Because there's a lot of like fancy new sprites mixing in with a lot of the old sprites, and it kind of looks fucking retarded. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait till 1.0 and then I'll update the MC sprite, like I'll update every other sprite. So that's the answer to that. Could be, but it ain't. Could be, but it ain't. Will the MC ever use electric eel like the other zoo animals, like mantis arm? It's possible. I mean, surely I didn't give it to him for no reason, right? Surely the Chekhov's gun is a thing, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I just threw it to the wind, right? It's obvious who did Eos. It was most likely Indra. Val could have done it too, but he wasn't shocked by Eos being alive. Could be. There was also the vestige that called MC Kinsman, as well as the Silat saying that their king is cooler than the Sky Queen. I don't know if she said Sky Queen. I don't know if she said that. Maybe she did. But, you know, Kinsman, I feel like that could mean anything, really. I mean, we don't even know those fucking vestiges. It's like I don't know why I bother with this shit. I don't know. I don't know why I do this. But you know, you don't know, right? That's the basic truth. It could all be a coincidence. There's no direct confirmation, so it ain't fucking confirmed, all right? You don't know shit. It could be some completely unrelated secret lore piece that I've yet to reveal. Right? Could you tell us if we'll ever figure out who gave the casino to Eos? Casino? What fucking casino? Am I forgetting something? The fuck is the casino? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, mate. Yeah, seeing Clark's dingy sprite next to the brand new one is, yeah. But yeah, that was a coincidence as well. True. MC does a suicide bomb with electric eel cells, only to be revealed that it was one of his tails that he detached at the last moment. It could be. Eels are the natural counter to Indra. Is that right? Maybe. Did you ever feel that you made Hero too strong? No, never. But you know, we'll see how that turns out later on. Maybe next update. Who knows? I feel like MC's current sprite isn't even that bad. Like, it's not as jarring to see as like Alice's old sprite. Yeah, that's also a good point. I think his sprite actually holds up relatively well compared to a lot of the others. And compared to like Amber's sprite, you know, back before she fused, I feel like it holds up like really well. Well, not really well, pretty well. Like his clothes look pretty realistic. Not like too realistic, but you know, compared to a lot of the others. Eos was being auctioned at a casino. Oh, I thought you meant like someone gave him a casino. Oh, did you say gave him to the casino? Oh, gave the casino. Will that ever be revealed? Possibly, and probably, yes. Or it was more of a reward. Yeah, I get you. MC's old sprite main problem is the hair. True. The hair is a bit blocky. It's got like thick lines. So it doesn't really blend too well. Aren't the current level 5s concerned after having other level 4s working towards level 5s? It would be an indirect threat to themselves on the long run. You talking about Sin? You mean, are they concerned with Sin? They are concerned with Sin. They're more concerned with the monsters, though. The monsters are currently the bigger threat, especially the S-Class. Especially the talking S-Class. But yeah. Anyway, we've caught up with the fucking messages. We've got a surprising amount of people here. I guess it's closer to my usual streaming time, so a few people have wandered in. But maybe the level 5's built up power significantly faster. Maybe. But yeah, so back to what I was talking about. Just talking about a bit about the update. I've been been doing some thinking. Next update is going to be a lot of effort. I've kind of been going back and forth on it. It's probably going to be a fuckload of effort. So I'm not sure about how I want to handle the release. Because I think if I wait till it's fully complete, it might take too long to get out. It might take, because there's going to be a lot of stuff to do. There's going to be a fuckload of stuff to do. So I've been thinking that maybe I'm going to break it up, but not like properly break it up. Like I'm thinking about doing like a sort of a dispatch kind of thing, but not really. Like where I release it in like maybe a set of like 2 or 3, where I release it 1 week, then the next week, and then the next week, just to give myself a bit more time to handle each update. Cause I'll get most of it done in like a big like batch. I'll get most of it like ready, like almost ready to go. But then I'll release it in slices just to give me a bit of like buffer time to fully complete it. That's what I'm thinking. So a release of like 2 or 3 small updates. And then rather than a super big one. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Otherwise I might be taking a bit too long. That's what I'm thinking. That's the main thing, but there's certain concerns with doing it like that as well. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it could be a better way to do it, but I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still thinking if it's a good idea or not. Because I think having a buffer time is good and would help me. But I could just wait an extra month and release it. But then there's like I try to get a Patreon post out every week, but there's only so much thing that I can talk about. Like there's only so many previews I can give out, so many monster reports, so many fucking votes before it starts like detracting from what I'm actually working on, like in the actual game. And I don't want to be leaving you guys like with nothing for like a month straight and just not tend to my Patreon at all. Like I could maybe find like little things to do, but I feel like if I'm going to be doing those little things, I might as well just be working on the fucking game, So yeah, it's something I'll have to think about it. I'm probably not going to make a decision until we're closer to, or until I've made more progress on the update. Because once I can kind of like visualize it more, and like set in stone, like where I would or wouldn't end these sections. I feel like I'll have a better idea of what I want to do. But the basic idea is just get a lot of work done, get it almost ready to release, but with about a month's work left to do. Then I'll release it weekly, using those extra weeks to finish off what needs to be done. Maybe not weekly, maybe like a week and a half or 2 weeks or something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But, it's still something I have to decide on. We're kind of like episodic releases. Sounds cool. I miss my Dispatch Wednesday. Yeah, kind of like that. Like it's kind of like inspired by Dispatch, but I don't know how long was Dispatch runtime? Each episode was like an hour, right? and they released 8 episodes. I don't know how long my updates take to make, to complete, to play through. Probably varies a lot from person to person. Because you can skip a lot, unlike Dispatch. It's Dispatch, you can't really skip a lot of shit. But I'm just thinking, is my updates going to be substantial enough released in thirds? I mean, probably. A lot of fucking visual novels released like barely anything for an update. Not to shade them, but just very quickly done. Like, you know, a quick half an hour play, and you're basically finished with the current content. So there's that. And a lot will be happening in each of these updates. It's going to be like a lot of progress each update. So there's that. There's that going for it. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about it. Dog, that will make us download the whole game 3 times long. Yeah, but the game's what, like, how big is the game? Like 2 gigs? It's not that much. It's not that much, right? I could also do just update. Nah, it's too much pain though. You're gonna download the whole game. You're gonna download the whole game. Yeah, there are concerns with it. There are concerns, but this is what I'm thinking. I don't have a problem with waiting until full completion, but breaking it up into small updates is fine. Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, I'll need more time to think about it. I like how the old sprites appear in Superhuman, especially when the characters are being stupid. Reminds me of One Punch Man. Yeah, it does have a certain amount of charm, doesn't it? I will bring them back for like special scenes. Special scenes. But they will be getting remade. I won't discard them, but I will remake them. Even news on updates, I need something to take my mind off of illegal stuff Trump is doing. Oh yeah. Well, he's like bombing boats or something, right? Is that what you're talking about? I did hear about that. That's interesting. You need sleep. Look like you're about to pass out. Yeah, I'm fine. I need food, honestly. I'm actually getting hungry. But, you know, we'll talk, finish the comments. I'll vote on this game award, and then I'll head off. It's fucking 4 AM, yeah, which is fine, but, you know. Hey man, I always wondered, what does the raffle ticket does? Is it top secret or something? It's not. No. It's a top secret in the sense that no one actually knows, but it's not like a super big secret. Will it have an effect later on? Yes, it will. Will it be anytime soon? I don't know. It's in Superhuman, which has fewer numbers, level 4 or level 5? You mean, like, is there more level 5 superhumans than there are level 4 superhumans? There's more level 4 superhumans currently. At least, so that have been shown, you know. Whatever works best for you to produce the best quality and fitting for your schedule, I'm down for that. Yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of just playing around with the idea. We'll see if it actually works out. Because there's doing something, and then there's implementing it. And we'll see how that goes. Hi, how you doing? Hey, Flower Hut. Welcome in. How you been? I've been doing alright. What takes longer for you, writing the script for a new release or coding it into Ren'Py? Well, I write the script in Ren'Py, and I usually do a lot of code while I'm writing as well, like for the choices and shit. And then for when I do art in concurrently with the coding as well. So I never really do any like separate coding myself because it's just a pain in the ass. It's boring as fuck, and I don't like doing it. Except for, I guess, bug fixing, if that counts. But yeah, bug fixing is also what I hate most about the game. So there's that. I like that idea. Just delete the old one. What's the old one? Oh yeah, will the important monster you're going to draw on stream going to be released on Patreon instead? Oh no, I was still going to draw it on stream. It's not something that I need to do like super urgently. So I'll wait till next week and draw it on stream. Yeah, I guess I can spoil it a little bit. It's going to be a dragon, but a little bit weird. But yeah. So that will probably be next week. Probably. I think. Of all the monsters you have created, which was your favorite? If you're talking monsters, I don't know. Glakeworth is pretty fucking sick. Rebus is pretty fucking cool as well. If we're talking like non-talking monsters, I like the Croc monster's design. I think he was a cool ass fucking monster. I like the Miniac fusion. Oh, Varaven. I forgot about Varaven. Varaven is pretty fucking awesome. And Monster Daryl has a pretty fucking sick design, I think. You know, his original monster form. So yeah. The MC 100%. What do you mean, like when he monster fires? I mean, he's pretty fucking cool as well. Yeah. Cool. His comment got deleted. Whose comment got deleted? I hated that dispatch thing, man, haha. It felt weird paying for the full game and having to wait like a month to be able to fully play it. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. Do I disagree with that business model? It doesn't apply to me because I released this shit for free. So just to skirt that off. But do I agree that it's a bad business model? It's kind of similar to early access. Like Baldur's Gate 3, the Larian people kind of did something similar. Just over a much longer time frame. But I don't know. I don't know if I dislike that business model or not. I feel like it could be, in a way, pretty bad. Because, like, you play the game for 2 hours, you don't know if the game's going to be dog shit. You can't really get the refund. But I suppose that counts for any game. Any game could be, like, dog shit later on. Kind of. Yeah, I think it's probably fine. Yeah, I think it's probably fine, in my opinion. It might be annoying. I can understand that. But yeah. But it can work for Superhuman. It's not like we are paying for the full thing from the get-go. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's basically what Superhuman's doing already, really, if we're being honest. Like, Superhuman is already coming in like fucking slices. It's not like I've released the full fucking game. But it's also not like I'm, selling it for a full fucking game either, so... Don't try Destiny 2 then, because you will wait 1 year for the content you pay for. Oh yeah, fucking hell. I bought the season pass for Destiny 2, and I never even played what I paid for, because I just got fucking sick of it. Destiny 1 was such a good game too. Fuck me, I love Destiny 1. I had some great times with Destiny 1. Jesus, like doing the raids and like the dungeons and shit. What a good time that was. Reminds me of my youth. Damn. What a shame. What a shame. Instead of weekly or 2 week, wouldn't an update a month be better? Possibly. Possibly. But I don't know if I'm going to be delivering enough content to release it update a month. I don't know. It's a hard decision. Like deciding on the time frame will be difficult. And I feel like for what's happening in the story, getting the update like bi-weekly might be more enjoyable for the players, maybe, but we'll see. I'll think more about it when we're closer to the update release. Raffle ticket will be the key to beating Hero with Ella in Superhuman 2. True. What's the word of 1.0? Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen at some point. It's getting there. It's getting there. The raffle ticket will be used when the MC wakes up in the park after having this weird dream we've been playing through after he took Ella's drugs. True. It is all just drugs. Oh my bin. Am I saying your name right? Gifted tier 1 subs to Woodwell's community. Well, thanks, mate. Thank you kindly. Appreciate that. If Rebus Daryl had absorbed Clone Daryl before his fight with the MC, would he have won? Yes. Well, probably. There's always a chance, but probably. Also, what level would he have be? Who knows? He could be very high. Or he could just be, just alright. Could you tell us if Marcus would also be compatible with Ether? Could he survive an infection from Eos? Possibly, but not to the degree Alice was. No, I do ask who will win in a fight from the MC or Jack. Who the fuck's Jack? Who would in a fight to death between Jake and the MC today? Oh, well, you see it in the update. Depends on your choices, yeah. Clover King's got it. Depends on your choices. No problem. And yeah, close enough, lol. Gotcha. Alright. I think that's all I had to speak about. It's been 2 fucking hours. I'm getting hungry. I'm probably gonna need to eat something and then fucking go to bed. So let's vote on these Game of the Year awards. I don't know if I have to sign in. Do I have to sign in? Or can I just vote? They're probably gonna make me sign in, eh? I can sign in with my Twitch. Authorized. Oh. Please wait while we log you in. Well, that's handy. Since, I've got Twitch open. Hey, it's Weird Worlds. Nice. It's even got my little icon there too. Cute. Could you tell us why Dexter wanted to be Prime Minister? What could he have gained from it? Well, for one, it's a step closer to Supreme Minister, so there's that. But there's other benefits that maybe will be revealed later on. Possibly, maybe. Jackbox Party Pack 4 will be free on Epic Game on December 4. Will you play it? I have no idea what the fuck it is, so probably not. I mean, maybe, if it's, like, gets big and I hear about it and I see some good gameplay. But, I'm not actually sure. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's quickly do this Game of the Year, and then I'm gonna fucking go to bed. Where the fuck's my mouse? There it is. Fuck me. There we go. Oh yeah, why didn't Steven or MC get infected by Indra's lightning? It's not a guarantee. Neither of them are compatible, and infection doesn't automatically happen. Some people are infected by bite, by sting, by venom, by blood, by radiation, by a lot of things. How does Indra infect people? Who knows? Who knows? It's a party game type thing for friends. Well, that makes sense. I don't usually play party type games unless I've got friends over. It's a trivia murder game. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. Anyway, all right. What do we got here? What's this? Game of the Year. Well, this is just the Game of the Year, like the big dog, the big G. Claire Obscure. I have played Death Stranding 2. Or number 1. I saw a trailer for 2 and it looked really fucking cool. But I never actually played it. Is it actually good? Should I play it? I don't know. Donkey Kong, Hades. I have Hades. I haven't played it yet though. Hollow Knight Silksong. Isn't this a DLC? Or is this an actual new game? Like a sequel? I don't know. Ooh, Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come 2 was a great fucking game. What a great fucking game that was. Like the immersion, the fucking roleplay, like even the story was actually pretty good. Like Kingdom Come 1's story was kind of like bland. It was alright. It did the job. But Kingdom Come 2, I actually really got quite invested in the characters. Like the Polish motherfucker. The drunk fucking Zizka, Henry, Capon, all really well done characters. And the last scene with the final villain, even the villain was great. Kingdom Come Deliverance was a really great game. I'd say I give it a 10 out of 10 game, to be honest. I think it was a fantastic game. But is it better than Clair Obscur? I don't know. That's a tough one for me. That's a tough one. Jesus. Silksong definitely Game of the Year. I haven't played it. Expedition 33 is gone sweep. Majority of the categories it's in is in a lot of categories. It's the most up to its own ass game I've ever seen. Which one? Where? Death Stranding is so damn annoying. Oh, it is. Oh, it's the most up. Yeah, okay. Now, what human infected by a bird? True. I never even considered a superhuman child of a chosen. Yeah. Expedition 33 and Kingdom Come 2 are most people's favourites from what I've seen. That's why I didn't bother voting this year. Any advice for new writers on how to build a world and story? Oh, Jesus. I've been... The main thing, I think, is to get interesting characters. World is good as well, but I think one thing I'd suggest doing is gather a collection of like the coolest characters you can think of for various like very separate and very different characters for different archetypes, and like kind of base your own characters off them, like a combination of them, like kind of like mix and match them, so you get like some really unique and interesting characters. I think characters are the backbone of every story. Like there's story-driven plot-driven stories, but I usually find character-driven stories more interesting. So I think the first thing is to get good characters as a baseline, and the way to do that is by stealing other people's characters and mixing them up. Like just looking at the most inspirational characters you can find and just having your own spin on their archetype, not the characters themselves. Like you want them with different histories, different flavors, but of their general archetype, take inspiration from them and try and build your own. That'd be my number one suggestion. Yeah, that's why I didn't bother this year. Yeah, E33 has 11 or 12 nominations. Damn. Silksong is not going to be Game of the Year. Lots of hype for it, but it died down pretty quickly. Yeah, there was a lot of hype. I heard about it for fucking 1,000 years. I think it's going to be E33. Great advice, thanks, man. You're welcome. I do want to make a video about it, but yeah, I'm a lazy motherfucker. New game basically season 2, and FU to Nintendo games cost rise by being cheap when Nintendo's saying say they're raising costs of games. Well, I don't buy Nintendo games, so it's not really an issue for me. It was supposed to be a DLC, but ended up being a full game. Like the amount of Sasuke clones in anime. I'm going to vote Kingdom Come. I think E33 is a really good game, but I had problems with it that I didn't have with Kingdom Come. I think Kingdom Come was a little bit less afraid of tackling some of the harder choices, like whether you're sparing that final villain or not. Clair Obscur, I feel like they didn't lean enough into whether the painted people are real humans or not. Like a lot of the final dialogue and the final boss, a lot of the final plot was basically revolved around just the one family and whether or not it's ethical for Mael to stay within her little fantasy land. And I feel like from Lune and Ciel's perspective, they never even really brought up the fact that they consider themselves human and that their lives are worth something. Like they never even considered that as an argument. So it kind of lends itself to the idea that the painted world is just fake. That's not real. But that's kind of like goes against everything they portrayed early on in the story. Like with Gustav and with even fucking Verso. Like, Verso had free will. He was obviously choosing his own choices. But they never really leaned into that. So that kind of annoyed me about Clair Obscur. That's it. It's a great game, but I'm going to go for Kingdom fucking Come. Why are you doing this? It's not like voting even matters long, Drew. Isn't popular 10% of the weight? Is it? 90% juries? Really? Jesus. I miss old CEO of Nintendo. Him fight to keep the price lower for games. Didn't he like resign because he fucked something up? I forget. Best game direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation. How was Ghost of Yotai? I played Ghost of Tsushima, but I never actually finished it. How was Yotai? Was Yotai good? I didn't play it. Hades is cool, but I haven't finished it. I just gonna go with Clear Obscure. People saying Death Stranding was kind of like snobby, and I don't like snobby. My take is that they did lean into it. Lune, Sia, and Gustav, and everyone in the expedition considers themselves humans, and that their lives were worth fighting for, because before knowing they were paintings, they were sacrificing their lives to try and live longer. I agree. But the problem I had with that is that when it came to confronting, what's his name? Renoir, like the actual final boss, and like actually they never actually advocated for their own lives. Like, I agree that the game kind of portrays them as real, but when it came to the actual choice at the end with Mael versus Verso, who's right, who's wrong, they kind of, for one, they make Verso's ending look like the good ending, and they make Mael's ending look like the bad ending, which is entirely backwards, because why the fuck would you kill a bunch of people not even to save, just to stop one retard family from falling apart from their own retardation? Why would you ever make that sacrifice? It doesn't make sense. And two, they never actually advocate for themselves. CL and Lune never talk about how they're humans, how they have lives. They never refute anything Renoir says. They never refute anything Verso says. Verso never even brings it up to them. I think that's kind of, they were trying to like preserve the idea that both choices could be right, when really there's only one right choice, and that's Mael's ending is objectively the best ending. There's no question about it. Unless you think they're fake, in which case it doesn't really matter either way. So I kind of dislike that. Yes, 10%. But most people are voting E33 anyway, so voting anything else is pointless. Yeah. It's hard to have a Game of the Year contender on Steam that's not available on PC. Yeah, winners are determined by a blended vote between voting jury 90% and public fan voting 10%. That seems kind of bullshit. At least make it 50-50. Fucking hell. What the fuck's the point of voting? Fans can vote for their favourite games on Game Awards. In China, fans can vote on the winners via Bilibili and other platforms. Fan voting closes on Wednesday, December 10th. Didn't play it either. Shit, Link, my bad. From what I heard about the new Ghost, it's better than the first one. It's better than Ghost of Tsushima. Really? I heard Ghost of Tsushima was like really good. I'm surprised that it surpassed it. Maybe I will play. Oh, since I didn't really enjoy Ghost of Tsushima that much, I probably wouldn't enjoy Ghost of Yotai that much either. So, I'm not interested in either of the Ghost games. Yeah, I'm not really interested either. True. I hadn't thought about it that way. They didn't really say anything about it after finding out the truth. Yeah, they never like protested against Renoir. Like Lune kind of like gave Verso a lot of shit. But when Renoir was saying, yeah, you've got to all die, so Mael can come save my family, and he showed that little illusion or that projection of fucking what's her face, Aline, like coughing and dying. That's like, oh, that's so sad. We got to wipe out your entire fucking world because some old fucking lady is dying because she can't separate herself from a fucking painting. It's fucking retarded. Why would I give a fuck about that if they were a human? The only reason why I would give a fuck about that is if they weren't human, and even then I still don't really give a fuck. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Best narrative. No, fuck me. I'm gonna give this The Kingdom Come as well. Well, no, Clear Obscure did have a really good narrative, even though I have problems with how it ended. I'll give it to Clear Obscure. It had a really good narrative. I just had a problem with how it ended. Best art direction. Oh, that's a tough one. I kind of feel bad for voting like a lot of Clair Obscur. I do really like Clair Obscur's art. I'm gonna vote it because I think like even just the backdrops of the fights are like really artistic, and the designs of the enemies they're just amazing. Some of the best shit I've seen in gaming, to be honest. Silent Hill F seems cool, but it's probably too niche to ever have a chance. I should play it. I've been thinking about playing a horror game on stream because I think it'd be interesting. But yeah, Satoru Iwata is often considered the soul of Nintendo. When him die, businessman take over. Nah, that sucks. Yeah, best score and music. Easily Clair Obscur. Like I have Clair Obscur on my fucking phone. Like it's some of the best music I've ever heard in gaming. Like up there with like Nier. Is easily Clair Obscur. For me, anyway. Best audio design? Oh, I don't know about audio design. I don't know. The problem is I haven't played with the fucking other games. Like Clair Obscur's audio design was alright. Like the special audio design's like the special effects, right? It's not like Battlefield. Just any other game I played, so I'm gonna give it to Battlefield. I wasn't like especially psyched about fucking Clair Obscur's sound design. Not that it was bad. It didn't really stand out to me. Battlefield's got like the cool ass fucking explosions and like choppers and shit. Personally, skipping all the whatever votes. Oh, you can skip votes? Is that an option? Where's the skip option? Oh, you just press next. Oh yeah, I'll probably skip some of these. Oh, I feel like Battlefield's a fine vote. Christmas horror games are cool. I've never played one. I don't care about best family game. True, I also don't care about best family game. Silent Hill, not bad. Best performance. Awarded to an individual for voice over acting, motion, and or performance. Ben Starr. Oh, these are the Clair Obscur actors. Man, they got fucking 3 of them. They stacked the fucking shit. Didn't play that. Haven't played that yet, although I have heard her voice. It seemed alright. Ghost of Yotei, didn't play it, so among these 3. Jennifer English has such a good voice. I loved her as Shadowheart. I loved her as Mael. That said, fucking Gustav. What a great fucking voice actor. I think it has to go to Gustav. I'm pretty sure it's is Charlie Cox Gustav or is it Ben Starr? I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure it's Charlie Cox. Gustav, I think it's one of the best voices I've heard in gaming for a male character. Like there's just something about him that was so like charismatic. Like Gustav was in the game for like barely a fraction of the time, like of the whole game, and he's still one of my favorite characters. I think Gustav's voice delivery was some of the best. Like the what do you call it? Was his line for those who come after that line? He just has a very charismatic voice. I like Gustav as a voice actor quite a lot. Professional actor in there, the Daredevil guy. Which one? Ben Starr or Cox? I skipped so much. I voted for 14 out of 29. No, true. I'm going Cox. Gustav was a great voice actor. Assassin's Creed Shadows, didn't play it. Adamfall, didn't play it. Doom, I played Doom. What is this? Innovation and accessibility. I have no idea what the fuck accessibility is. I'm gonna go Doom because I played it. I probably should have skipped that actually. No, games for impact. What the fuck does that mean? For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning. Is this like a politics kind of game? Consume Me, Desperate, Vote, something like that. I haven't played literally any of them, so I'm going to skip that. Charlie Cox, that's my Daredevil? Ah, okay. Great voice actor. Oh, what's this? Best ongoing. For game outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Helldiver was pretty good. They added that new fucking alien species, the fucking zombie species. That was pretty fucking good. Final Fantasy 14, yeah, I haven't played Final Fantasy 14 in a while. No Man's Sky, I've heard it's really good, but Marvel Rivals, yeah, I wasn't that big of a Marvel Rivals fan. Never got into Fortnite either, so we're gonna go Helldivers. What's this? Best community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity. Baldur's Gate. Is Baldur's Gate still doing shit? Pretty sure that ended last year, right? I'm gonna go Helldivers again. I feel like Helldivers does a pretty good job. Best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Okay. Absalom, Bullpit. I haven't played any of these. Hades 2. I feel like I don't want Clair Obscur to win this because it kind of feels weird to call it an independent game. So I'm just going to vote for Silksong. Never played it, but I'm going to vote for it anyway. I still voted for Helldivers 2. Really like it. Yeah, it was a great game. Helldivers is good, but the development cycle and the dev situation really didn't make me want to vote for them. Really, what did they do? All I know is what they produce. I don't know any of the background shit. What's this? Best debut indie game for the best debut game created by new independent studios. Fucking Clair Obscur again. Jesus. Was Clair Obscur really an indie game? I know it wasn't like AAA, but it must have at least been AA, right? Jesus. This bullet. Oh, Dispatch is here. I'm gonna vote Dispatch. I feel like Clair Obscur is definitely gonna win Game of the Year. I feel like it's like a shoo-in for that. So I'm gonna vote Dispatch. I hope Dispatch wins. Dispatch was a great game. Top-notch game. This is an easy choice for me. Easy choice. Dispatch. It was AA. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought AA is different from indie, right? Why are they calling it indie? Why is it in that category? They fuck up in their updates, bugs, glitches, terrible balance decisions. No. Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's too late. I've already voted for it. I'm gonna vote after the stream. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, man. Vote Dispatch. Yeah. I feel like Dispatch was the right choice. That was the right choice. Destiny Rising. The fuck is this? Is this like related to normal Destiny? Persona 5, me. What is this? A mobile game? I don't give a fuck about this. Best VR. Oh, I do like VR. Alien Rogue Incursion. Ooh. I haven't played any of these games. So we're going to skip. Best action game. I feel like Helldivers was pretty cool. I didn't finish it. But I will give it to Helldivers. I like slaughtering demons. I think it's just a cool thing to do. Best action adventure. For the best action adventure game combining the combat with traversal and puzzle solving. I haven't played any of these, so I'm going to skip this. Also, Woodrod, you can go back and change votes if you want to. I don't care enough for that. Instead of E33, they should have had Schedule 1. I didn't play Schedule 1. That was a one-man project. That was a Fever 2. Dispatch was an online cultural phenomenon. Also deserved for indie. Yeah. Votes are only locked in December 10th. Yeah. That's fine. Best RPG. Oh, I do like RPGs. For the best game designed with rich player, character, customization, and progression, including massively multiplayer experience. Expedition 33. I guess it's kind of an RPG. Not a traditional RPG, but it's kind of an RPG. Avowed. Did I play this? I can't remember if I played this or not. I feel like it wasn't that great. Unless I didn't play it, in which case, then I don't know. Kingdom Come. I'm definitely going to go Kingdom Come. Monster Hunter was pretty good. But no, I'm going to go Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come was a great fucking game. I feel like it actually has a chance at winning this as well. It had excellent RPG mechanics as well. Great fucking game. What the fuck is this? Best fighting game? No, I don't really play fighting game. Capcom Fighting Collection. Yeah. Best family. For the best game appropriate for the family to play. Yeah, I don't play any of this. Sonic. I do like Sonic, just as a default. Mario. Yeah. Nah. We don't care about this. Best sim strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation. I didn't play any of these. Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics is out. I didn't even know. Okay. I mean, in E33 you can choose your stats and your spells. I guess that is an RPG. Oh yeah, that's true. You can upgrade your weapons and stuff as well. Just didn't really feel like it. That's all. But yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Played Clair Obscur a bit. Played Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed. I voted Outer Worlds 2. Interesting. Been meaning to try Outer Worlds 2, but I think I'll wait for a discount. Yeah, I haven't played Outer Worlds 1 though, so is it better than 1? It's different. Some things better, some things worse. I like it though. Definitely worth for me. Interesting. Holy, with all these nominations, Clair Obscur it's going to win Game of the Year? Yeah, easily. I think it's definitely going to. To be fair, I think it deserves it. It was a great fucking game. Best multiplayer? Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. Night Rain was alright. Best adaptation, recognizing the outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, it was alright. Splinter Cell, didn't watch it. Last of Us, Until Dawn. Did they make an Until Dawn show? No, that surprised me. I'm guessing Devil May Cry started off alright. The animation got really fucking lazy towards the end though. I guess The Last of Us, I suppose. They did, and when it was shit. Had nothing to do with the game. Oh, what the fuck was the point of that then? I feel like they could have just made the game a movie. I feel like it's already pretty cinematic. I skipped that vote, lol. They all sucked. Oh, this is season 2. I didn't even watch season 2. No, I guess I'll skip. I could go Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry wasn't that bad. Yeah, it wasn't that great either though. Most anticipated game. Recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the game medium forward. Oh. First Light. What? Oh, anticipated game. I guess. Oh, Witcher 4. I feel like everyone's going to vote for GTA. And I think they probably should. I'm looking forward to Witcher 4, but yeah, it's fucking GTA. Let's be real here. Let's be fucking real here. I want Wolverine so bad, man. Yeah, GTA is winning that. Yo, they got Wolverine game. What the fuck? I want to play that. Yeah. I'm sure. I'll probably play it as well. I mean, I played back on PS2. I played Wolverine games. A bunch of them. I played a bunch of X-Men games. That was sick as fuck too. Content creator of the year for streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2025. What, like the gaming community? Don't know who this is. I've seen this guy, but I've never watched any of his stuff. Most Critical I watch. Sakura I've actually watched a bit of. The Burnt Peanut I've never seen or heard of. I don't really care about this, but I guess I'll go Critical since he voiced fucking Sona in Dispatch. That was pretty good. So that's kind of like supporting the gaming community. Couldn't give a rat's ass about GTA 6? You're one of the very few. Damn, I give a lot of shits on the other hand. True. GTA no diff. Counter-Strike 2. What was this? Best esports game now. For games that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform. Esports. Dota, I don't play. Counter-Strike, I don't play. League of Legends, I don't play. Mobile Legends, I also don't play. Actually, I have this on my phone, but I don't play it. Valorant, I also don't play, so we're going to skip. Best esports athlete. The esports athlete judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2025, irrespective of the game. Don't know who this is. Don't know who this is. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. And also don't know. So we're going to skip. Damn. Charlie is the best there, in my opinion. Dude is an amazing actor. Amazing YouTuber. His role in Hunger Games and Dispatch were so impactful. True. Dispatch role was actually good, to be honest. Yeah, I thought the Sonar was a pretty good character. I saw like the Sonar fight, in the alternate ending that I got if you like kick Sonar. What a sick fucking fight that was. God damn. Sonar's a good character. Faker isn't there. I would have known Faker and I probably would have voted for him. But you know. Best esports team, recognizing a specific esports team, not the full organization, judges the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2025. Genji, never heard of it. NRG, never heard of it. Team Falcons, never heard of it. Team Liquid, I've heard of. Team Vitality, I maybe have heard of. I don't know. I'm gonna skip because I don't care. No one gives a fuck. Player's voice, round 3. 3 chances to vote. Have questions. What the fuck does this mean? What? Was this like a separate thing that you have to wait for? I'm not going to do this. I ain't got no fucking time. Notify me? Nah, fuck that. Alright, that's it. That's all the votes I got. I didn't play like 90% of the games, so I wasn't all that informed. But I think for the games I did vote on, I think I had a decent amount of attachment to. So there's that. There's that. Yeah, anyway, we've been streaming for a bit. 2.5 hours, that's good enough, I think. It's 5 AM, so it's probably about my fucking bedtime, I think. Get something to eat. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to eat. Like, you shouldn't eat before bed, I heard. But I also heard that's a fucking myth, so... I don't know. What the fuck am I going to eat? I'm not going to have like a full fucking meal, but I've got to eat something. I don't like going to bed fucking hungry. But, yeah, anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Game Awards really wants to push the esports a thing gamers care about narrative. Yeah, I don't know. I guess for like PvP players, like people who play like Marvel Rivals and shit like that, maybe they care about esports. But for me, I couldn't give less of a fuck about esports. I literally could not care less. But, you know, it's probably just not my thing, you know. Time to sleep. Tomorrow we got to find a Hexen ring. True. I eat before bed all the time. Fuck it, YOLO. Yeah, I heard it was a myth, so there's actually no problem with doing it. Like, it doesn't make basically any difference to whether you gain weight or not. But yeah, so, you know, lucky about that. Anyway, I'm gone. I'm fucking tired. See you, Widward. Bye, Widward. Yep. See ya on the next one.